I love Martina Pants. This is the kind of quality I want to make in my videos eventually.
Hello, sir.
Pissing myself immensely.
Hello again. Welcome to Poopville.
Yeah, Poopville.
A few weeks ago, the wonderful people over at Paradox
Joey.
Interactive gave me access to an early build of City Skylines 2.
By the way, this is a game I'm planning on playing during the Donathon, where I'm gonna let you guys be a mayor of the city using my text-to-speech device.
And then, they put me on a crane. We'll talk about that later. In City Skylines 2, you build cities, construct townships, move people around with mass transit networks, and try your absolute hardest to not murder hundreds of thousands of people with a tsunami.
Tsunami.
Since this is
Tsunami with poo? You could say that's a poo-nami. Ha ha ha.
an early pre-release of the game, only a select few people can actually play it, which gave me a devilish idea. Without too much effort, I can probably make the largest city the game has ever seen. And then, I can commit unspeakable atrocities upon my glorious creation. So, let us begin. Wanting to start things off properly, I began the game with tutorials. Move with these keys,
Hi,
tilt the
Danny.
camera with these keys, build roads like this.
Oh my god, it's the Danny the
Zoning.
squirrel.
And before I knew it, I had built the beginning of a small town, burgeoning with life, ready to take on the future, inhabited by the brightest of a
Burger
new
King foot
generation.
lettuce.
A town of bustling opportunities, limitless growth.
Is this Pooh Mountain? Jesus Christ, it's Schlongus Dongus Mountain Toppus.
Yep. That's, yeah.
That's a penis.
Unlike the first game, I had no limit on the amount of terraforming I could do, which meant I could do things like this.
What a mature person.
For the city's road network, I had
Looming
conceived an
over us with
incredible
its mighty
solution to traffic.
shaft.
Triangles. This amazing technology makes every single intersection in the city 6 ways. You might think this is very stupid, and it is, but what's even stupider is this type of intersection actually exists in real life. And where else would it exist
does,
than
America.
beautiful, sunny Los Angeles? The real intersection is
Yeah,
even worse
Los
than these ones,
Angeles.
though, because it doesn't have any traffic lights. Just 6 stop signs. What the fuck?
I do not understand how you Americans deal with those kind of road systems. When I went to Florida, I legitimately thought I was gonna die because of how much of a Wild West your roads are. Get a fucking roundabout.
With traffic 100% solved, forever, I could move on to more important things, like schools, police stations, water infrastructure, fire stations, and most importantly, somewhere to put all the poo. How about,
In everyone's
Yeah.
house. Oh, that's
once
a
the
poo
poo had been
mountain.
successfully routed into the poo-cano, it was only a matter of time
Of course. Okay. Sure. Great. The place that we keep all the poo.
until
Let's
it
hope
filled.
it doesn't erupt.
Well, a matter of very long time. I spent about another hour on the city, and by then it had filled to about here.
What the fuck, dude?
Not very high. And that meant it was time to drink. Placing a water pump inside the poo-cano resulted in fresh poo being delivered.
No, dude, please. I'm sure, I am 90% sure that's considered a violation of the Geneva Convention. That's a chemical warfare act.
Delivered directly to people's taps, which caused the entire city to either pack up and leave, or die. Well, Poopville was no more.
Disgusting.
And with that, we move on to attempt 2. Gentlemen, welcome to Penniston.
Penniston.
This city went a little better
Glorious carbon emissions helping keep us warm in the winter.
than Poopville. A little. This time, I spent a bit longer learning the basic principles of the game, and examined things that had been changed from City Skylines 1. Things like much larger, really nice looking service buildings, like this coal plant. Ooh, or this landfill. I checked out the new zoning, pedestrian-only streets, the grid tool, and of course, radio announcements telling you what's going on in the city.
The commercial district is booming.
More radio announcements.
Wow, thank
so
you.
a housing shortage is bad for the people trying to move here, right?
And my personal favorite.
Nah, it just means they've gotta find a place to sit in the streets. Housing's only for those of people who are worth and deserving of it.
There's a widespread concern over fears that an insidious underground criminal organization has seized control of the area.
Dude, the amount of effort they go into with these little animations is so fucking stupid.
Recent crime stats confirm that the crime wave has certainly gripped our region, and it's showing no signs of letting up.
I don't like the sound of that, Glenda.
We'll be back after this.
Oh, fuck! All of this was great. So, I, flattened a bit of land and got to work on the next area. I did a bit of bus stuff.
It's
zoned a bunch
absolute
of
cinema,
houses,
though. I
built
love
these
that. That's
terrible,
exactly the kind of stuff
awful
I want to
roads
do.
connecting everything, and then people started drinking poo again.
Guys, you're not supposed to enjoy drinking the poo. Coprophilia is supposed to be a fear, not a fetish.
Fucking goddamn shit. Attempt 3. Before attempt 3 began, I had a few things to do. Namely, fly all the way to Germany, hang out for a few days, and then get hoisted 50 meters into the air by a crane. Now that we're in position, it was time to begin our fabulous new city. When naming this new city, I tried to think of a name that inspired greatness.
But why?
A name that made me think. Gentlemen, behold, the grand
Putin, Shitsville.
city of... This time, I wasn't going to keep messing around. This time, I would research the ins and outs of city building, and I would construct a wonderful, perfect, flawless utopian city. So first things first,
You lied.
I did some research. And with that
I have
research
learned
completed,
how to manage
here are my
cities.
findings. So, we want to build the largest possible city. A city that has an extremely high population, all buying products, driving their car, and most importantly, pooping out their butt. Well, to get to that point, our new city of couldn't just be a huge grid with nothing but apartment buildings. Believe me, I tried. No one moved in. This city needed to be attractive.
You gotta make it
People had to actually
alluring.
want to move in. And that, substantially.
I mean, if you go by the standards of British housing, all you need to do is put a single pack of Pokemon cards in each house.
complicates things. So, why would a citizen want to move here? Well, maybe they've got a good job, or the amenities are nice, the shop's stealth,
The only place in all of England you can buy Pokemon for MSRP.
cool stuff, the city services are reliable, it's safe, there are dudes that be selling that good Zaza, plenty of crack, a nice, pleasant location to gamble away my kid's college fund, hookers on every street corner. The reasons one might want to live in a city are truly endless, so we have to try to accommodate as many as possible. First and foremost, they need somewhere to live. So let's build some roads, zone them for low-density residential, and wait. Hooray!
Yeah, you
Our
got a
first
resident.
citizen,
You're officially a city.
the Pooh Man.
Pooh man.
If I wanted the Pooh Man to actually stay in this city, I needed to build a few service buildings. A groundwater pump for pumping groundwater. A windmill for milling wind. An industrial sector for people to work at. And then I had to
Not too
decide
bad,
on a
Wheeler
place
Hayden did.
to put the Pooh.
I mean, poo goes in the place that poo goes.
Yeah, I'll put it here. Once that was all done, I zoned a few more things, and then just sort of sat back and watched my creation do its magic. I even found a dog.
You got the dog in you?
And there we
Poo
go.
dog.
Our first milestone. Ooh. This milestone unlocked a few new service buildings. I placed down a medical clinic, a cemetery,
See, this is the kind
an
of
elementary
game
school,
that I
a
feel
landfill.
like would be sort of like playing Theme Hospital or Dungeon Keeper, where you kind of lose the objective of having things to do, and you just let the reins go, and inevitably your unfiltered brain rot turns your village into an ongoing, infinite loop of just building your village bigger and bigger.
The city of was definitely making me go With the city now growing quite quickly, came even more unlocks. Roundabouts, fire stations, police stations, higher density housing, specialized industry, and before I knew it, had reached 1,000 population.
Yeah!
Nighttime. Nighttime in this
Daytime.
game looks
Baby
quite
time.
nice. Now, the build I was playing on was quite an early one, which meant it came with a few bugs here and there. My favorite of which being gas stations with, rather powerful lights.
The power of
So,
1,000
what next?
lumen candles!
Well, now the city had reached 1,000 population, I had to do something truly awful.
I will be for the donathon, Aurora.
You see, in the first game, all big cities had one common struggle: traffic. If I wanted the city to be truly huge, I had to get on top of traffic before it became an issue. So of course, I did some more research.
More knowledge, more
Holy
brain
shit.
power.
Roads. Roads on the surface may seem simple enough. Get them wrong, and disaster will follow. So, how do you not get them wrong?
God, I almost got a jump
Well,
scare
by
to that.
following a few basic principles of road networks.
I
First
swear,
being,
the kind of people who play this game religiously are the same kind of people who have 1,000 hours in, like, Flight Simulator or something.
roadway hierarchy. You probably already have a vague idea of what this means. Obviously, a highway has a pretty different purpose than the road that goes to your house. The hierarchy
All roads lead to me, actually.
goes like this: highways, then arterial roads, then collectors, and then local roads. They don't necessarily need different numbers of lanes or higher speed or really anything distinguishing them. The distinction is more about where they are in the network than what they actually look like. Each step down the hierarchy trades off mobility, or how
Everyone needs
fast
to
you can
follow
get
the
from point A
goblin
to B
right now, or
with
else.
access, or how many things you can put on that road. Local roads have the highest access but lowest mobility, while highways have the highest mobility with the lowest access. Speaking of highways, hey, here's a highway right there. So, back to the city of... We can see that these basic road principles have already been used. This road here is an arterial road. We've got some collectory looking dudes off to the side here, and all our houses are placed nicely along local roads.
Pyro, good news.
Next up,
I might have
another neighborhood.
gotten
An
a
arterial
line
road
on
up
some
here,
black bolt and white flame to
and-
get tomorrow.
Wonderful. As our city grew larger, we unlocked even more
Maybe,
stuff.
maybe,
This stuff
we'll see.
is quite important, since we need to keep our citizens happy so more move in. In order to keep our citizens happy, I had devised a devious plan.
Devious.
With the city sufficiently, lathered in parks, I could add more stuff. An industrial area here,
More poo?
some mixed-use developments over here,
Feeling better?
a college
No,
here, an
I'm still
experimental
feeling like
pedestrian on the
shit.
street with shops over here, and before I knew it,
I'm using the
5,000
power of
population.
internet and
At this point of the
stupidity
game,
to get
issues
past my
start
migraine.
cropping up, like our cash flow is still negative, or there's a little bit of traffic, or there's a giant forest fire bearing down on the city. Yeah,
It's fine.
I'm sure all that's fine.
It's just a little fire. What's a little fire between stonks and profit?
We're going to take the noble path and completely ignore it. You see, in city skylines, road design and layout will only get you so far in fighting traffic. The best way to stop jams is for there to be no cars there in the first place. Gentlemen, it was time to busy ourselves
With genocide.
with public transit.
That's the same thing but worded differently. Lovely.
At our small scale, we only really have the capacity to add buses. So we'll add some buses. I remember first playing City Skylines 1 and spamming the shit out of buses absolutely everywhere. Doing this resulted in bus lines that look something like this. Now yes, this line doesn't
And yet, these buses probably still work better than any British public transport.
in fact service a lot of people, but if you live here and want to go here, instead of the bus going straight there, it goes here, then around here, and then stops here, and finally arrives here. This system is
Sucks.
dumb. It's far better to have a bus that just goes from one point to another in the city and then stops in between. With that said, here's my first bus route. It takes people from the apartments to the industrial area and back.
Ah,
Simple. Now, of course,
simples. And yet, my good sir, have you considered that that only works in formalities when you don't take into consideration the fact that every bus is going to have a crackhead on it that will otherwise make nobody want to ride them because the crackhead is now used as their home? Should have taken that into consideration. Have you gotten any anti-crackhead devices?
the whole point of doing this is to allow people to get around without using their car. The vast majority of people, when given the choice between a bus and a car, all else equal, will almost always choose a car. This is great if you want your city to look like this, but I don't. So we need to make the bus a viable alternative. We can do this with bus lanes to prioritize bus traffic, or by not providing parking near the destination so they can't drive there.
How about we just remove cars? That's an alternative. Don't have to worry about traffic if there are no cars. And everyone's going to be healthier because they have to walk everywhere.
What's more important, however, is that the public transit system has layers to it. Public transit isn't just buses. It's also trams, metro, ferries, trains,
You know, I'm very transsexual myself. Ha 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 ha. Funny. Get it? Get trams. Anyway.
and even aircraft. All these systems should mesh together to provide a viable alternative to just getting in your car and driving to your destination. The end result? Well, hopefully, not this. With the beginnings of our public transit network laid out came rezoning. If I wanted the city to be the largest the game had ever seen, these single-family homes were no good. In their place, I zoned for mixed use, which are just apartment blocks with shops on the bottom. Instead of housing 4 or 5 people, mixed-use developments can...
So this is what we call slummonization. Rather than giving people comfortable housing, we just make them accommodations so that they can accommodate the human mass so that we can have more bodies per inch. It's not about comfort, it's about raw metrics.
Can house 60 to 80. Of course, I couldn't rezone everything at once, so I just did it gradually. Bulldozing Grandma's house, only every so often. With more population, once again, came more unlocks. This time, we'd unlocked the office space. Why work in a dangerous, hazardous manufacturing job when you can just sit on a computer and slap a keyboard for 8 hours a day? Hey, wait a minute.
Don't call me out like that. Don't fucking call me out like that.
Offices have a few advantages over industry, the important one being they don't produce pollution. This means that we can place them wherever we want. They also employ a higher proportion of educated workers. This is good when your city has a high level of education. Mine doesn't, but it's nice to think that maybe someday it will.
You know your culture doesn't have a high standard of education, like England. When you look outside and somebody has converted their house into being a house into a fire. Like when I look outside my window and I see somebody with a swastika on the side of their house, that's when I know our education system has failed.
Will. In the meantime, though,
Mr. Anderson, we're going to be playing it for my donathon as an event. So the plan is, I have a text-to-speech device that I've had made for my stream. I'm going to let you guys turn into the mayor, and you will tell me how to build the city.
Oh, shit. In particular, we needed more industry. Perhaps like this chemical plant building thing, which looks really cool, and what a drink, whatever funny liquid it produces. Dude,
that is edited so well. Like, you legitimately L behind it? Oh my god, that's actually genius. Oh my god, absolute cinema. The funny juju chemicals. Dude, why is this going so hard? Why is this this is legitimately more cinematic and better filmed than most Marvel movies we've had recently. Jesus Christ. The only acceptable use of AI, by the way. When is my donathon? It's gonna be starting on August the 16th, so pretty much a month from now. And this is only 5% of the trip you have when you put a little bit of me in your mouth.
Oh, fuck. In that time I spent doing, whatever it was that I was doing, the city had managed to pass the 15,000 population milestone.
Nice.
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 Oh yeah, and I was, still on the crane.
But why, Martin? Why are you staring down at the skyline? It's because he got taken there by city skylines. Oh my god, genius.
Guys, it's been a long time, guys. Can you please let me down, please, guys? Everything in was going perfectly. The commercial district was...
The commercial district is booming as the...
Industry was on the rise.
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when this...
A housing shortage was driving up prices in the area.
Housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
Oh my god, yes.
Bitch, stop
I get
interrupting
it.
me!
Do these radio announcers ever shut the fuck up?
No, Martin. We don't shut up.
I think I just developed schizophrenia. Oh my god. That is as unsettling as looking at a Simpsons character from the front. Legitimately horrifying. Holy crap, Lois, I'm three-dimensional.
Martin, time is running out. The citizens demanded Martin. The citizens want poo. Martin, the Poocano is calling.
No, why are you
Martin,
saying this?
the
No, this isn't
Poocano
right. Stop,
is
please.
calling.
Stop.
Martin,
Stop, please.
Will
Please stop.
try and
Go away.
find
No, what are you talking about? I like this thing. Please. What are you talking about? No, I don't.
Give in, Martin. Embrace the poo. Let the poo flow, Martin. Your people are hungry. Feed them what they desire.
I want to flood with poo. No. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I hit this new milestone. Yippee! Built this bridge thing. Yeah.
Martin.
Okay, well, maybe we should try a port.
Yo, you got me.
You know,
Thank you for the
'cause it's
follow.
got, like, the funny. You know, the funny. You know, the funny water vehicle. You know, the funny. So I made a port. Now the city has shipping access. Hooray! Okay, how about a train yard and some trains? Alrighty, bam, trains. A stop over here, a stop over here, some tunnels connecting them all, this cool train bridge thing. Nice. How about a metro? Metro stations, tunnels, metro lines. The attractiveness of was truly off the charts. And in the next couple of hours of playing, the population ballooned from 15,000 to 50,000 people. This, once again, unlocked a swath of new high-density buildings. So to cram even more people into my more and more limited space, I zoned a bunch of high-rises. Was well on its way to city glory. But this huge influx did in fact cause a few issues. Namely, traffic.
Poo? Oh.
With so many people moving
Okay.
in all at once, car traffic coming into the city was truly huge. So to combat this, I came up with a genius idea. A wonderful,
For all
pleasant,
intents and purposes,
beautiful
Martin
urban highway.
is a bit of a genius.
Currently, there's only one access
He's a
point
very
into
smart
the city,
person.
but with our
Somehow,
wonderful new urban highway
he's
and
a
this cool
smart
bridge,
person
there was now
disguised
two.
as an idiot.
Okay, highways are cool and all that, but what's the best way to merge a highway with another road? Gentlemen, it's time to dive into the wonderful world of interchanges. So, here
So one giant monstrous road concrete catastrophe, or you could have just built a roundabout. Holy shit.
So, you're an urban planner, and you've got a problem. You've got this big road going this way, and another big road going this way. How do you join them together? Well, with an interchange. There are several to choose
Why? It's so unnecessary. Just make a fucking roundabout.
from, and they all serve slightly different purposes. Trumpet interchange, three-way directional interchange, single-point urban interchange.
That's so unnecessary. Americans,
and everyone's
see,
favorite.
this is why nobody in the world takes you seriously. Like, sure, you flex your big dick with your military and everything, but then the second you want us to take you seriously, you let us look at your roads, and it's like, well, shit, guys. I guess the brain cell didn't fall far from the fetus.
Concrete abomination, the stack interchange. Some of these interchanges are meant for moving traffic from one highway to another, like the stack interchange, while others are made for taking traffic off the highway and putting it onto a more accessible road. This is what we want for our new highway.
How
So for
do
this
the
job, I
engineers
chose
sit there
the
and think that
diamond
this
interchange.
is more
Well,
viable than
pretty
just a
basic and
simple
honestly shit
roundabout?
version of one, but a diamond interchange.
We could spend $50 million
nonetheless.
making
I repeated
this,
this
or
basic shit design down the length of our wonderful
$1
stretch of
million
road
making
and
a
ended up
roundabout.
with this. Once that was done, it was time to build a cool bridge all the way back to the mainland and connect it up to the highway down there. This requires another interchange. Hooray! For this job, we're using a three-way directional interchange. As the title says, it's three ways, directional, and an interchange. Yeah. Anyway, with that placed down, this wonderful new section of highway is open for business. And you know what that means?
Drugs?
More expansion.
Pyrocynical?
More expansion, of course, meaning
Pulling
huge
your name.
influxes of new people. In just a few hours, the city managed to go from 50,000 population all the way up to 90,000.
Sheesh.
Huge swaths of new people making their way into the city via our new highway proved very quickly that the interchanges I had designed were in fact very bad, and I should feel bad about it. Fucking idiot, fucking stupid dumbass. Not to worry though, because one of my intercity trains I had the foresight of building was doing some serious heavy lifting. A couple of them were even full, holding 800 passengers each.
Oh.
All 800 of which got off
Oh
at
my
one
God,
station,
I would
causing
never
this
want to go
wonderful
onto those kind of
cascade
trains.
bodies to come flooding out, filling the streets like some sort
Not that necessarily because they're packed full of people, but mostly because I wouldn't want to deal with the smell.
of gelatinous liquid. Beautiful. And with that, more expansion. I built more neighborhoods, and more thousands of people flocked to me. Tram lines, highways, thousands of spaces for new buildings. It was only a matter of time before the population skyrocketed yet again. Yeah, except it didn't.
What?
For whatever reason, people had decided enough was enough, and they didn't want to move in anymore. What's worse is, for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why. Mousing over the citizens.
Is it all the poo? Could it be the fact that your ocean is no longer an ocean, but more of a pooshin? From pollution of your poo.
And happiness meter revealed that citizens in my city were having a wonderful time. Lots of wealth, reliable city services, and no poo in the drinking water. Yet, this city was just good. So why then was no one moving in? During this whole
Think
time of
about it.
expanding the city, I had assumed that offices are just plain better than industrial areas. You see, offices can be placed anywhere, so I'd just been placing them wherever I pleased. Typically, right next to residential, so people wouldn't have to travel far for work. Unfortunately, there's a limit.
Oh.
At some point, people get sick of their keyboard slapping and need manufacturing jobs. So I gave them what they wanted, and holy shit, a nice influx of tens of thousands of people. I passed over 100,000, then over 150. People were literally dying to get to my city. And, predictably, the traffic was really bad. I expanded.
Oh. The people wanted industrialization. The people wanted microplastics. And you are going to give it to them.
So much that I'd filled up the barrier island. I expanded down to the mainland, filling it with a huge, expansive
Jesus
suburbia. I
Christ.
built over 100 elementary schools. The population grew still. I built these cool university buildings, the Large Hadron Collider, this needle-looking thing, and the population grew still. International airport, more suburbia, nuclear energy, more.
All these people live in the woeful bliss and ignorance of knowing that in the immediate future, a poo-splosion is going to happen. 07s for these poor, unknowing innocents that will soon be claimed by poo-nados everywhere.
More industry, trams, trains, more suburbia, highways, skyscrapers, incineration plants, more suburbia, infrastructure of all shapes and sizes. The city grew, and grew, and grew. And here we are, fellas. 300,000 citizens.
Sheesh!
I'm pretty confident this is the largest city ever.
Martin Sino Pants took 50 years to make a city that could take 300,000 people. And yet it takes me 5 minutes to take 300,000 people. Pick your choice.
Built in City Skylines 2. Now, let me ask you a question. What are 300,000 people good at?
Pooping?
Maybe making a lot of money, or using lots of
Being really shit!
incineration plants, or perhaps producing lots of digital goods. Yes, they are good at all of those things, but they're most good at one thing in particular. They are good at pooping. Gentlemen, I present to you the purpose
Yup.
of this city, what everything has been leading up to. I present the Pookano.
Oh god, here we go. We all knew it was coming. Jesus Christ. Dwelling over them like a goddamn monolith. Oh my god, why? It's a Poonami! Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. This is what happens when you let the intrusive thoughts win. Civilization has fallen. Civilization has fallen. Why must you destroy what you created? Are you
In
truly
the
that much of
ensuing
omniscience
Poonami,
of a god?
The entirety of was destroyed. Only one single person remained. The Pooh Man. If you'd like to beat my
full
record and
circle.
claim even more lives, pre-order this fantastic game with my link.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Goodbye.
Wow, okay, well that was a whole experience, and I now feel like a much more complete person from having watched this. Wow.